Welcome back, Collecting with Jules family. I hope you guys have been having an excellent day, and I hope that I can bring you guys some enjoyment here on this video. In today's episode, we have story time with Jules, number one video of the segment going forward. I'll try to do them once a month at least, guys, and I'm gonna be explaining to you stories that happened in order for me to acquire a certain collectible in my collection. I hope you guys enjoyed them. Cue the intro. We'll be right back. As I was saying before the intro, story time with Jules. It's going to be a new segment here on the channel, and I hope you guys will enjoy it. In previous video, guys, I explained that with every collectible as a collector, there is always a story behind it. And sometimes the story is actually better and more enjoyable than the product itself. But I think in today's video, the story is good and the product itself is just even better. I don't know if you guys can see it, but right here, usually there's a book. So that book is missing. I don't know if you guys have been watching the videos. If you guys are keen and you have a good eye, you know that there's a book missing there. And this book is The Incredible Hulk, number 181, the first appearance of the Wolverine. And guys, here it is. First appearance of the Wolverine, Hulk 181 at a CGC 7.5. What an awesome book. And the story, guys, we're going to get right into it right now. But before we do that, make sure that if you like everything having to do with comics, Pokemon cards, statues, and all things collectible, then go ahead and Hulk smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you like all things collectible, and hit that notification bell so you guys know when I post every Monday, Thursday, and Saturdays during the week. That being said, without further ado, let's get into this book right here. So what I'll do actually is I'll try and hold it up the whole time, but we'll see what happens. I'll lean over here and we'll move this. Let's get more comfortable, guys, because it's story time, right? So let the story begin. So this all stems back, guys, in 2017, I want to say, I started collecting comic books. And my addiction, I want to say addiction right away because that's exactly what it was. It was an addiction. I was buying at least 10 to 15 titles of new comic books every single week for 2.5 years straight. Okay. I was acquiring books faster than I can store them. I don't have that much space to store it. And the long boxes were just flying left, right, and center, filling up within probably 2 weeks or 2 to 4 weeks. A long box would be filled. Okay. I had zero understanding of what was happening. I was liking the art. I loved the art. So I'm buying the book. No. It didn't make any sense. It was completely out of hand. And it was crazy to spend all that money. Like I go to work 9 to 5 every day, like most people here on the planet, and you work so hard for your money and you do overtime and you do what you got to do. And then I was just throwing money in the garbage because all these new books, guys, at the end of the day, on 100 titles, let's say that would come out in a week, maybe 1 or 2 books were actually going to be valuable 10, 15 years down the line. And even at that, maybe not even that long, and who even cared about it? So you know what? I was digging myself in a deep, deep hole. And the year 2019 was that changing year because my friends kept telling me, Jules, stop blowing money on new cards. The value, not new cards, on new comics. I'm so used to Pokemon, guys. You see what happens? Now I'm stepping out of the comfort zone, screwing up. But the new comics are not where the value is. The value is in the old stuff. It's been valuable for many years now. It's shown its appreciation over time, and it's only going to go up from there, So basically, they said, you got to stop. There's got to be something. And it clicked. Guys, 2019, summer of 2019, it clicked. One of my friends came over to my house. We cleared. I probably had 3,500 books. I kept 600. Okay. I liquidated literally. I started that I wanted to get $10,000 for all the books. Um, Still, it's not that much, right? On 3,000. But you quickly realize that those new books, nobody cares. Nobody cares about. You know why? Because they go in their $1.50 bins at comic book conventions, and they just liquidate them, right? But me, in my head, I said that all my books were extremely valuable. Don't we all hope and wish and pray that all our stuff is valuable, guys, and we become millionaires? Yes, everybody. But it's not the case. You have to hone in on specific products and be direct with what you want to buy. You have to understand what is happening in the market, what is happening with certain products. And then the new books that were coming out every week was not the right place for me, because I was just getting deeper and deeper and deeper into a hole, and just getting sucked in by all these YouTube videos out there. Hot book of the week, hot book of the week. Guys, these people make money because you guys go and keep buying all these books. Now, if you're a millionaire and you have all money to spend and whatever, okay, fine. But you know what? At the end of the day, it's much better to go and buy a book like this. So, summer 2019, the turning point for Giuliano here. I sell all my books, okay? I sell all 3,000 or whatever that were left over. I take a huge, huge loss. But it was a huge loss that maybe in 40 years from now would have even been bigger in terms of inflation and so on. So I take a huge loss on the books. I sold everything for, I think, $2,200. And you know what? My money was ready. My money was ready for October 2019, New York Comic Con. Here we come. Choo choo. Going with the friends. We take our annual road trip. We go down to New York Comic Con. And my friend is ecstatic that I've got rid of all those books. And I'm sure if he's watching right now, he's going to remember exactly what his feelings were towards me when I was selling those books, because I called him up that night that the person came to pick up the 28 boxes or 30 boxes of comics. And we were excited. We were excited together because he finally knew that I was going to be able to acquire something that was actually valuable and was going to bring me enjoyment and pleasure to put this wonderful Hulk 181 book up on my wall of CGCs. So let's get into it. We get to New York Comic Con in the first week of October 2019. I can't remember exactly what the day was. I think it was the 5th or the 6th of October. And the first day, if I'm not mistaken, I did not pull the trigger. The first day, you're all like kids in a candy store, right? If for everybody that knows about Comic Cons, you show up there, you have no idea what's happening. There's so many things happening at once that you're just excited and you need to just go look at everything. So me and my friend and his wife, we just go crazy. We start looking at everything, and the first day goes by like this. And then the second day comes along, and I didn't spend too much money so far. I think I spent a couple of $100 only. And it was time. Guys, it was time to put that 2 years behind me and let go of all that crazy collecting that I did in the past and pull the trigger on something major. I had gone there with 2 books in mind, either an Amazing Spider-Man 129. For all of you guys who don't know, Amazing Spider-Man 129 is the first appearance of the Punisher. What a beautiful book. What a yellow cover. I'll put it right here just to remind you guys which book it is. And this book in my hand right now, An Incredible Hulk 181. Didn't matter what grade it was. I wanted it to be at least at a 7. I didn't want to go lower than a 7. And that price range was something that was reasonable to me. So we did a bunch of booths the second day. And my friend and I were minded and ready to go on a Hulk 181. I made my decision. I remember that feeling. I was counting all my money because we had seen so many of them and we knew exactly which booth to go back to. Which vendor at the booth, I mean, also. And we went off to the side. I took a breather. I took a bit of water. I was starting to get anxious. The way I start getting red in the face, guys, when I start getting nervous for certain things. The time was coming. I counted up my money, and I think the book was at $2,900 US. So Canadian was like $3,400, $3,500 almost at the time. And my friend, he's good with negotiations. So you know what? I gave him the $2,900 US, and I said, let's do it. I didn't want to give away that 2,900 bucks because it was years of collecting what I thought was going to be worth so much money, and then I had brought anyways. It was hard. It was hard, guys, and it was the biggest transaction that I made on a collectible since I started in 2015, 2016. So to me, it was crazy, and I was gonna be shaking the whole time, and I could not hold that money. So I'd rather just give it to him because he's cool as a cucumber when it comes to these situations. I gave him the money. We go to the comic booth. It was Zap Comics, if I'm not mistaken, as well in New York. And the vendor was there on the other side. He had a 7.0 CGC Hulk, Incredible Hulk 181. And we got it, guys. I got the book. I got the book. My friend was able to negotiate it to $2,700 US, which was a great deal. And I appreciate also the vendor being a little flexible on the price. It helped me out so much because you know what? That 7.0, I'll put a picture as well of me holding that book. Right after I buy it, you can see that I'm red in the face wearing my Team Civil War uh, Captain America t-shirt and my cap, and I'm super excited holding the book up like this. Super fun. The rush, the thrill, the joy, the ecstatic excitement, everything, guys, it is the best feeling. And as soon as I bought the book and I picked it up and looked at it and put it in my hands, guys, I knew that this thing was coming home. And this thing, this amazing book, was going to hold that value that I was needing in my collection. And this book is one of my treasures at the moment. And now, from that moment on, I collect comics a very, very different way. And I collect for things that I like, yes, and for things that will actually hold value. So I bought the book 7.0, and the first thing I did is I went straight to CGC because I was dropping off a bunch of other books as well. I went to CGC and I dropped off that 7.0, and I asked them to press and clean the book. And once that was done, send it back to me, and hopefully I can get a bump in grade. And as you can see, I got that bump in grade, guys. I got it to a 7.5, even though it's a small half a point. Still, nonetheless, it's much better. And now, actually, this book actually has value. Last I checked, this book actually gained almost $1,000 US of value. So it's incredible. See that? Incredible Hulk. It's incredible how things that are actually on the market that are like, I'm just gonna put this down. My arms are getting tired. Things on the market that hold their value. It's so much better. It's so much more enjoyable. And you know what it was in my brain? I think it was I needed something every single week, and I could not just put money aside and not hold. I need to hold on to something, and that's why the Pokemon openings are going to continue happening after each video, as you're going to see as well at the end of this video. But I just needed something tangible every week to hold with my money, and I couldn't just put it aside. And now this Incredible Hulk 181 goes to show me that if you just do put that money aside, you can acquire so much better collectibles in your collection, guys. And it's so important to think like that. Like, I got swept up now in the past as well, Pokemon. It put me right back into that collecting phase and everything. But I'm slowly starting to realize as well that I just got kind of suckered back into it, but just in Pokemon. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. You guys can collect that way. It's fine. It's just me. I've come to a realization that you need to be specific. You need to be goal oriented towards certain collectibles in a year. And if I acquire 2 or 3 comic books or 2 or 3 major Pokemon collectible items or 2 or 3 statues in a year, it's completely fine because the quality that you will receive from your investment is so much better. So collecting new things all the time is fun. If I have to do a YouTube channel, it's great. It provides content. It's amazing. Guys, you get your fix right away. You open those Pokemon cards or you look through the new books of the week. But now when I go to my comic store, my local comic store, I just look at the books on the wall. I just look what's there. And if I like one of the art, I don't think I bought a new comic book probably in 2 or 3 months already. I'll pick one book just to satisfy the urge. And other than that, because again, 2020 has been a completely upside down year everywhere in the world. So no Comic Cons, no shows, no anything. So I did get into the Pokemon stuff at the same time, but it reignited a new fire and new type of collecting as well. Um, but I'm excited to look forward to 2021 also, and what it brings in terms of Comic Cons and if they're going to be opened and so on and so forth. So that's pretty much the story, guys. The excitement I felt October 2019, New York Comic Con, when I went to purchase this Incredible Hulk book 181, number 181, the first appearance of Wolverine, and then to bring it to CGC, and it gets a grade bump also from a 7 to a 7.5. Super stoked when I got it back. I really, really enjoyed all that time. I enjoyed the time with friends. It was amazing. And I look forward basically to 2021 and everything that it has in store for me, and for me on the channel, and just for me in general, and everybody else out there in the world. Um, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys really enjoyed this story time. I know it's more talking head, camera, and visual, and just me in the book. Something just down to earth and just being me, and recollecting on the time that I had already a year ago, a year and a bit, also. And that's pretty much it. It's just fun. Oh, actually, you know what? Before I forget, just give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I have something in store for you guys just to end us off in a little bit of a different way. So, guys, let's just get into that Pokemon quick pack opening and look at that. What we got. The first, the best. We got evolutions. We got that reprint, guys. Look at this price tag, $4.95 Canadian here in Montreal. Don't we all wish that we stocked up? I did a stock up actually from EB Games. Every time I would walk into EB Games, they somehow always had 10. So you know what? 10, $4.94, $49 plus tax. Can't go wrong. Cannot go wrong. I had to buy all of them, and I did. I did buy all of them. At one point, if I'm not mistaken, I almost had 100 of these sleeved packs, and now I'm down to like 45 because my brother and girlfriend and I have just been going absolutely bonkers. We're just buying. We're not buying, but we're opening them up, trying to finish that master set of XY evolutions. So, guys, no time to waste. I said I was gonna do it. Here is that pack opening. Gonna just sprinkle in a couple of pack openings. Just a little bit of Salt Bay, just throw in those pack openings at the end of the videos. Like I said in the previous one, here we go. Do we have some fire? We put the 3 cards to the front. We make sure nothing is showing and jump right in. Here we go. We got a Metapod, Professor Oak's Hint, Coughing, Diglett, Poliwag, Sandshrew, Voltorb, Magnemite. The reverse is a potion, and hopefully we got some fire in the back here. And no, we don't. We got Eradicate. It doesn't matter. It quenches that thirst, that fix for Pokemon, guys. And with that being said, as I end all my other videos, hopefully you enjoyed the comic story time with Jules. Stay positive, stay cool, and we'll see you guys in the next videos.